Welcome back to Acing AP Biology. Today we are going to discuss the properties of water. Water is essential to all life. It comprises 70 to 95% of cells and covers 75% of the Earth's surface. Hydrogen bonding gives water the properties that make life on Earth possible. Recall that water molecules are polar. The slightly positive hydrogen in one water molecule can form a hydrogen bond with the slightly negative oxygen of another water molecule. Water molecules can form up to 4 hydrogen bonds with neighboring water molecules. Hydrogen bonds are weak individually but strong in numbers. The first property of water we will discuss is cohesion and adhesion. Cohesion is the occurrence where water molecules are held together by hydrogen bonds. Adhesion is the attraction between unlike substances, for instance, like the attraction between water molecules and plant vessel walls. Cohesion and adhesion allow for water transport in a plant. As water molecules move up a plant, they are pulled upwards together because of cohesion and adhesion. Surface tension is the formation of a bead-like shape on the surface of water. You may have observed surface tension previously. When you fill a glass of water up to the rim, you will notice a dome-like shape forming. This is because of hydrogen bonding between water molecules, as the bead-like shape allows for maximum hydrogen bonding and greatest stability. Water also has a high specific heat. Specific heat is the amount of energy required to raise 1 gram of a substance by 1 degree Celsius. Because water has a high specific heat, it can absorb or release large amounts of energy without a great temperature change. This is again due to hydrogen bonding. As energy is absorbed or released by the water, most of the energy goes into breaking and reforming hydrogen bonds, so the temperature changes very little. Water's ability to retain a relatively constant temperature creates a stable habitat for organisms living in bodies of water. Next, we have evaporative cooling. Evaporation occurs when a liquid becomes a gas at a temperature other than boiling point. Evaporation has a cooling effect. When water evaporates, it is the molecules with the highest kinetic energy or greatest energy of motion that transform into gas, leaving molecules with lower kinetic energy behind. This has a cooling effect. Evaporative cooling helps organisms maintain body temperature. For example, like sweating. When we exercise, our body sweats, allowing us to cool down and maintain a stable body temperature. Ice can float on the surfaces of water. This is because ice is 9% less dense than water. Again, this is due to hydrogen bonding. As water cools to 0 degrees Celsius, there isn't enough kinetic energy to break hydrogen bonds, as energy is being released. Hydrogen bonds reform instead, with each water molecule forming 4 hydrogen bonds, making the molecules very spread out. This makes ice less dense than water. The ability of ice to float on the surface of water prevents bodies of water from freezing solid in cold temperatures, which would kill aquatic life. The ice floating on the surface also insulates the water below, keeping temperatures warmer during periods of cold climate, which protects aquatic life. Water is the universal solvent. A solution is a homogeneous mixture composed of 2 or more substances. The solute is dissolved in the solvent. Aqueous solution means that water is the solvent. Water is a versatile solvent because it is polar. Ions and polar compounds can dissolve in water. For instance, when NaCl, a salt, dissolves in water, it dissociates into Na plus and Cl minus. Remember that opposite charges attract. The slightly positive hydrogen and water molecule surround the negative chlorine ion, and the slightly negative oxygen atom and water molecules surround the positive sodium cation. This generates the formation of hydration shells around the ions, inducing the dissolution process. Ions and polar molecules are hydrophilic, meaning that they readily dissolve in water. Hydrophobic compounds, like nonpolar compounds, cannot dissolve in water. Because water is such a versatile solvent, most chemical reactions involved with life occur in aqueous solution. So, those are the properties of water that are so essential to life. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. For more bio content, make sure to hit subscribe on the way out. See you next time!